Have you ever experienced an irritating itch that made you wonder what your body might be trying to communicate? As we age, our bodies often send subtle signals through aches, fatigue, or even itchiness that should not always be dismissed as mere inconveniences. While many people attribute a minor itch to dry skin or a passing irritation, the location of that itch may, in fact, reveal far more. Certain patterns of persistent itchiness in older adults can be associated with underlying health conditions that have the potential to seriously impact longevity. In some cases, a seemingly trivial, recurring itch could be a warning sign urging you to pay closer attention to your health. In this presentation, we shall explore 4 specific regions of the body where chronic itchiness may indicate deeper health issues for older individuals. These are not unfounded claims or simple folklore, but rather observations supported by doctors and researchers specializing in aging and longevity. Each area possesses a unique significance relating to circulation, organ function, nerve health, or nutrition. By the end, you will be equipped to recognize these warning signs and consider appropriate steps for prevention and timely intervention. It would be prudent to pay careful attention, for understanding these messages from body could not only extend your lifespan, but also improve its quality through greater strength, clarity, and peace of mind. Let us begin. 1. Persistent itchiness on the lower legs. A constant itch on the lower legs is often overlooked, dismissed as an effect of aging or dry skin, but it may point to a more significant underlying problem. When this region becomes conspicuously itchy without an evident rash or irritation, further investigation is warranted. Medical professionals have noted that older adults who regularly experience itchiness on their calves, shins, or ankles may be suffering from poor circulation, specifically a condition known as peripheral artery disease, PAD. This condition involves reduced blood flow through the small vessels in the lower limbs, which in turn can cause the skin to dry, become sensitive, and itch. Consider 2 men, Harold and Dennis, both in their early 80s. Harold maintains an active lifestyle, regularly checks his lower limbs, and has not noticed anything extraordinary. Dennis, conversely, has become less mobile, experiences fatigue, and has developed a persistent itch in his legs, especially after prolonged periods of sitting or during the night. He tries lotion, assuming it is merely dry skin, to little avail. Unbeknownst to Dennis, his itch may be signaling insufficient blood flow to his lower limbs. Inadequate circulation can weaken not only the skin, but also the underlying muscles and tissues, placing additional strain on the cardiovascular system. Poor circulation is linked with an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. The legs, often described as the second heart, are essential for assisting blood return to the upper body. If their function becomes compromised, the entire system may be affected. Fortunately, early intervention can alleviate and even reverse this form of itchiness. Gentle physical activity, such as regular walking, simple leg exercises, and elevating the feet while seated, are highly beneficial. Maintaining hydration, wearing comfortable compression hosiery, and moderating salt intake also play a significant role. Accordingly, if you experience persistent lower leg itchiness, particularly without obvious cause, do not disregard it. Your body could be issuing a cautionary message. 2. Unexplained itching on the upper or middle back. Itchiness in the middle of the back is difficult to read and often inconvenient. Yet it can also be a signal worthy of your attention. Many older adults endure such persistent itching and attribute it to mundane causes like dry skin or the label on a garment. However, this type of itch may allude to significant issues with the two fundamental organs, the liver or kidneys, both of which are responsible for filtering toxins and sustaining internal equilibrium. Should these organs begin to function less efficiently, waste products accumulate in the bloodstream, leading to skin irritation and itchiness, particularly in areas such as the back with a rich supply of nerve endings. Consider the cases of Dorothy and Janice, both aged 76. Dorothy attends routine medical appointments, maintains good hydration, and enjoys healthy skin. Janice, on the other hand, has recently observed increased fatigue, swelling in her ankles, and recurrent itching of her back, especially at night. Undiminished by changes in detergent or moisturizer, Janice may be unaware that such persistent itchiness could be an indicator of renal or hepatic strain, with toxins building up and impacting digestion, sleep, energy, and even mental clarity. Such skin irritation often lacks any accompanying rash, persists despite topical remedies, and is frequently worse at night. Although the itch itself is not life-threatening, its underlying cause may be, as it reflects an internal imbalance that could be steadily deteriorating. This is not cause for alarm, but rather an opportunity for evaluation. A straightforward blood test can often establish the health of your liver and kidneys, support these organs by remaining hydrated, consuming fewer processed foods, limiting alcohol, and moderating salt intake. If you take multiple prescription medications, it is wise to consult your physician regarding their impact on organ function. Hence, if your upper back itches persistently and without a clear explanation, consider it a prompt for further investigation. Your skin may be expressing signs of internal distress. 3. Frequent itching on the scalp or your neck. Persistent itchiness on the scalp or the back of the neck in older adults is often misattributed to external factors such as shampoo or bedding, or assumed to be merely a part of the aging process. In reality, such itchiness may be related to underlying stress, inflammation, or even changes in the nervous system that compromise physical and mental resilience. The nerves in these regions are highly sensitive and are often quick to respond to bodily strain, whether emotional or neurological in nature. Let us examine Leonard and Ray, both in their late 70s. Leonard pursues social activities, gardening and meditation, maintaining a calm disposition. In contrast, Ray struggles with retirement, feels restless, remains largely indoors, and experiences chronic stress. Over the course of several months, Ray finds himself scratching his head more frequently, initially only at night and then throughout the day, despite changes in shampoo and pillowcases. Often, chronic scalp or neck itch in such cases is the physical manifestation of emotional strain and nervous fatigue. As we age, our bodies are less able to effectively resolve stress, resulting in lasting increases in cortisol and subsequent immunosuppression. Tension is most likely to reveal itself in the sensitive nerve endings of the scalp and neck, and in some cases it can be associated with neuropathy or even the early stages of cognitive decline. While this does not guarantee a serious underlying illness, it is inadvisable to ignore ongoing symptoms. Addressing the cause involves calming the nervous system. Breathing exercises, spending more time outdoors, engaging socially, or even keeping a journal can all help to restore balance. When Ray adopted small positive changes, such as morning walks and regular contact with family, his itch gradually diminished as his emotional well-being improved. Therefore, if you experience persistent itching in these areas and common causes have been excluded, consider reflecting honestly on your physical and emotional state. Often, our bodies react to unprocessed feelings as much as to external influences. 4. Ongoing itching around the chest or abdomen. When considering indicators of declining health, most people envision symptoms such as breathlessness or dizziness. However, chronic itchiness across the chest or abdomen can reveal a great deal about internal well-being, especially when it emerges without obvious cause. In older adults, itching in these regions frequently signals nutritional deficiencies or issues with nutrient absorption. Both can quietly erode the body's strength, immune defenses, and capacity for repair. Take Joyce and Elaine, both aged 81. Joyce continues to prepare her own balanced meals, incorporating fruit, vegetables, and modest amounts of protein, ensuring every meal is nutritious. Elaine, conversely, has lately lost interest in food, skips meals, opts for convenience foods, and feels full quickly. She then develops an itchiness across her torso, along with occasional tenderness and dryness. Assuming it to be sensitive skin, she changes soaps and moisturizers, but the symptoms persist. What Elaine does not realize is the digestive system becomes less effective at absorbing vital nutrients as we age, notably vitamin B12, essential fatty acids, and minerals such as zinc and magnesium. Deficiencies in these nutrients cause the skin to dry and itch, nerve signals to falter, and the immune system to weaken. The torso, being dense in nerve endings and blood vessels, is particularly susceptible. Malnutrition is often subtle in older adults, presenting not as obvious weight loss, but as a deficit in key nutrients necessary for maintenance and health. The encouraging aspect is that nutritional issues are highly amenable to intervention. Improving diet with simple, nutritious additions, a handful of nuts, a boiled egg, fresh fruit, or the inclusion of a good quality multivitamin, can yield notable improvements over time. Thus, if you have observed persistent itchiness on your chest or abdomen, particularly in the setting of poor nutrition, consider this a timely reminder to prioritize a dietary intake for long-term well-being. Final thoughts. Having reviewed these 4 distinctive sites where persistent itching occurs, take a reflective moment to assess your own experiences. A minor itch may seem insignificant, but as elucidated above, each specific pattern can represent a deeper issue, from impaired circulation and organ stress, through nervous tension, to nutritional deficiencies. The body seldom shouts its messages. More often, it whispers, especially through the skin. Importantly, the presence of these symptoms does not predetermine your future health, but rather offers a timely invitation for self-assessment and positive change before a manageable issue escalates. Increased physical activity, improved nutrition, deeper rest, and renewed connection with oneself and others can have profound effects. If any of these signs felt familiar, do not ignore them. Take the first small step towards improvement today. If not, you remain better informed for the future. Ultimately, the aim is not merely to extend life, but to enhance its quality with the clarity, autonomy, and joy. Attending to your body's early signals, even those as subtle as an itch, is one of the most astute health strategies available. Thank you for your attention. We value your insights. Please consider sharing a comment detailing what you have learned today and how you plan to apply it. Your contributions offer motivation and encouragement for us to continue producing informative content. If you found this presentation helpful, kindly consider supporting us by engaging further. We look forward to having you join us again.